Welcome to my corner of the stressed castle. Or my stress corner. Anyway, basically, I might be a bit stressed. I'm not a drama queen. But I will say that I think that this past few months, the powers that be have been positioning me in a better place where I belong, getting me away from stress, strife. I have a tendency to try to make others happy, sometimes doing things for them at the expense of my own health and not thinking about my own health. But getting this news from the doctor about the aneurysm thing makes me kind of reassess. Mainly because when you have lived with anxiety, like I have, all your life, you know that sometimes anxiety attack and a heart attack are quite similar. And so now I question a lot about some of those anxiety attacks that I had that I couldn't figure out where the anxiety came from. And honest to goodness, since the mastectomy, trust me, I can feel when my heart is beating faster than normal. And sometimes it feels like it's beating right out of my chest. So, yeah, I've been a little stressed and have a lot of questions, and I will be getting answers from the doctor about a lot of that. And my main issue is I really don't think waiting 6 months to see if anything gets worse is going to be a good idea, because I'm kind of wondering if the pain that I'm experiencing in my side, in my back, isn't connected. Maybe like a sign. So we'll see what we find out, but I'm not going to be apologetic if I get a little snippish, and I'm not going to let people walk on me like I used to. So I really do believe that, we're getting into this place where we aren't going to be faced with that kind of thing. And so being blocked on Facebook by my sister probably was a good thing, because I don't need to be called a drama queen for having concerns or worries. I'm not asking for extra attention, because that kind of bugs me. And I don't want pity. My biggest concern is having to go to doctor's appointments more often or ending up in a hospital. I don't want to be away from my home. So, yeah, I'm a little stressed. And if I can't get support and understanding for that, I'd rather not have to deal with the people who can't support or understand. And Albert's pretty good. Clyde, he's very understanding. He's been through heart problems, and so he knows, and he also knows my anxieties and my fears. And Francis Ann there, Laura, she's very well trained for any medical emergencies, so I think I'm in a pretty good spot. Closer to the doctors. Pierce would have been horrible for doctor's appointments, because especially in the winter, but even in the summer, that's just kind of a long stretch of a drive. And I'm not even going to think about hospitals, but having to go to the doctor just, a few minutes away isn't nearly as bad as an hour and a half or so one way. So I think I'm in a good spot. And I probably am having anxiety and not heart issues, but, I am going to stress and I am going to be anxious about it until I get to talk to the doctor and see what she's got to say and see how long I have to wait to get tested again to see if that thing's grown, or maybe wait until something explodes in there. But part of the problem with that is that because of the damage in my brain, sometimes you can tell me something and it will fall right out of my head. So I need someone like Clyde with me to keep track of all the information, so when I forget, he can remind me. I'm trying to change my diet, which is a good point here. Living for multiple years, practically starving to death. I mean, I've always had an eating disorder, but after the cancer and the mastectomy, I couldn't eat, and I really was slowly starving to death. And that is not good for your brain. It is not good for your body. It's not good for your heart. I mean, there's been a lot of damage done to this little body. And it can be worrying. And like I said, I'm not looking for pity. I don't want to be babied. I just want the people that claim they love me to know that I'm going to be snappy sometimes. And I'm probably going to be a bit selfish about taking care of me. So I'm not going to be so willing to do things for others as I was. And I feel kind of bad about that, but not too bad, because I basically don't have too many friends, at least not close. And I don't go too many places, and I don't talk on the phone a lot. So I'm pretty good there. I was a little bit discombobulated about being blocked and all that by family. And it took a while for my brain to process everything, because first I really thought, well, that's unfair. And I wanted at least a cell phone number, because if you're going to say that I can contact you, then there should be a way I can contact you. But after a while, I got to thinking about that, and I thought, that's pretty stupid. I don't need a cell phone number to somebody who doesn't want to talk to me or doesn't want anything to do with me. So when the ability to get that cell phone number came through a conversation with my mother, I said no, which upset her. And I didn't want to do that. So I told her, fine, give me the number, and I pretended to write it down. I don't have the cell phone number. There is no reason for me to contact somebody that does not want to talk to me. None. So I don't have the cell phone number. I have contact with the people that want to be in contact with me. and I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. So if they want to be in my life, they can. And if they don't, fine. But it's me time. It's my turn. And since I want to live a long, long time, I am going to take care of myself and do the best I can to get better. So follow or get out of the way, but I am leading. So have a magical day, and know that I feel blessed. I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. And I hope that everyone else feels blessed.